I got another wagon. Let's talk about it right after this. Hey everyone, welcome to Carey's Garage, and let's talk about my new wagon. So anyone who's been around the channel for a while knows about my 86 Mercury Grand Marquis Colony Park station wagon that I got basically headed to the scrapyard, and I've revived it and made it a fairly decent driving vehicle. That video is coming up soon. But recently I picked up this. It is a 1993 Buick Roadmaster Estate Wagon. Has the Vista roof. We'll kind of walk around it here in a minute and check it out. But I had a car for a few months that I actually never got around to doing a video on that I ended up trading for this car. A good friend of mine really wanted that car and I really wanted this car. So we just did a straight trade, and I'll tell you what, I love this car. I have no idea why I never got a big bodied GM wagon like this until now. Kind of wish I would have done it sooner because it is fantastic and I love driving this thing. It's incredible. It's just, you can't put it into words. But we'll go ahead and walk around it, take a look at it, talk about it, and then we'll go for a drive and just kind of live in the lap of luxury. So it's painted white, and it does have the simulated wood grain wrap, pretty much is what it is. It's a vinyl applique. It's got the alloy wheels. If we look up here, you can see the Vista roof, which has got these little sunshades on it. It does have the third row seat in the back. We'll check that out here in a minute. Some of the wood grain trim that runs along the belt line, it's been kind of taken apart, and some of the rubber trim on the sides is, kind of falling apart. But for what it is and what I do with how I like to drive cars, it's perfect. About the only issue body-wise is right here on the front fender. But I don't know if I'd ever do anything about it. It's kind of perfect just the way it is. And it's kind of funny because the front end on the wagons, it's just basically a Caprice. It just says Buick with a different grille. The Roadmaster sedans had a different front end, but the wagons shared it with the Caprice. And you see Buick with the hood emblem there. And here is the 5.7 liter throttle body V8, which kind of specifically, I wanted this. I did not want an LT1. Yeah, I know people, LT1, great, blah, 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 whatever, more power, but I really wanted the TBI engine. It's what I know, it works, it's just, I like it, and it's what I wanted. So 93 for me was the optimal year. Runs fine, shifts fine, gets really good fuel mileage. Only issue we have is with the brakes, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit when we're driving it. Overall, the interior is in really nice shape. It does not have the leather, it actually has the cloth. Has the cluster with the rev counter and all the gauges. Original tape deck. The back seat here that folds down. If you see up here, there's the Vista roof and the sunshades. If we go in the back, it's got the quarter windows here that pop open. Open up the tailgate. It does have the double acting tailgate, so you pull this lever and it drops down to be a tailgate. You pull this lever, it opens up the sideways like that. The Grand Marquis does the exact same thing. And then back here, if we flip open this guy, you can see there's a little lever right here. We go. And there we go. The rear facing third row seat. You can open up the vent windows right here in the back. Overall, it is such a nice car. It's in really good condition especially for, my kind of cars. It's just perfect. I absolutely I love it. All right, let's saddle up, go inside, and take it for a drive and talk about it some more. Here in the interior, see the full plethora of gauges. It does have, 188,000 miles. It's the original tape deck. It's got the full automatic climate control. This still is R12 air conditioning, so I tell you what, it is nice. Blows super cold. See right there, Buick Roadmaster. And the ABS light is on. I'm having some issues. It doesn't appear to be communicating with the ABS module, so I believe that that has died. So I need to find another one of those. It's a long dash. So we'll pull out to the main road and take it for a little bit of a drive. So the one big bummer about the ABS light being on and that system having faults is the cruise control doesn't work. So once I fix that, hopefully the cruise control will be fixed. But oh my God, it just in general, driving this car is the old cliche of it's like driving a couch. It really is. This thing is just floats down the road and super comfort. I've already taken it on a couple of short trips around where I live, a couple hours away and back, and it's just incredible. About the only things I'm really gonna do to the car is fix the ABS and do some work on the cooling system because it does run a little bit warmer than I'd like with the air conditioning on a hot day. But other than that, everything else is perfectly fine. Works great, drives great, feels absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you what, this thing turns a lot of heads. I get comments all the time. Everywhere I go, I've had people follow me into gas stations, at the grocery store. And that appears to be the end of the GoPro footage. I charged the battery, thought I did, and it died. I swear I am cursed with camera equipment. Between some audio problems I've had and GoPro, one of these days I want to buy some new stuff, but it's not quite in the budget yet. Anyways, the wagon, I don't know if it caught the last bit of it, but this and the smart car have been my primary daily drivers recently because I love driving this thing. And I have a fairly long commute to work every day, so it's nice to have. The smart car is a great car to drive. Gets incredibly good fuel mileage, but it's not that comfortable and it messes up my back. So this thing is just fantastic. And I mean, look at that view from the driver's seat. You just look back and all that real estate back there. It's nice. And I know someone recently mentioned to not talk a huge amount during parts of the driving video so you can hear the engine or it accelerate, but this thing is so quiet, you can't really hear much. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna end up selling the other wagon. We're gonna do a video on that one, like I said, here soon because I've done a lot to it and been able to drive it, but I don't really see the need to have two wagons now, especially now that, like I say, I'm a GM guy. I always have been. The Mercury's cool, I like it, it's comfortable, but I really wanted a GM wagon and this happened. So that's probably gonna happen in the fairly near future. And the best part about driving this car is how it handles speed bumps. Just nothing. You just go over it, barely feel a thing. In general, it's really hard to beat a big American front engine, rear wheel drive sedan, station wagon. I mean, I prefer the station wagon just because it's something I enjoy. But there's just a road feel and a handling they have that it's just hard to beat. My 85 Cadillac DeVille, it's very comfortable. Don't get me wrong. It's fantastic. It's a great car, but it is a smaller chassis, front wheel drive car. And it just comes with its own characteristics. But these big bodied cars are you just can't beat them. And I am so glad to have this car. I can't say it enough. I'm just madly in love with it. It's incredible. I've already driven it well over 1,000 miles since I got it. and I will drive it until I can't. That's the plan, at least. Well, I think that'll wrap it up for this video. Don't forget, I do have a Patreon. Any support is greatly appreciated. Lord knows some of these cars need a lot of stuff, and you know, it gets expensive after time. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the support, and I'll catch you on the next video.